Alright guys, in this first video we're going to talk about the average rate of change of a function. Very important topic in calculus. So here's what I have to start. I've got just a function f that happens to be continuous over an interval from a to b. So a very general function here, nothing particularly special about it other than the fact that it's continuous. Alright, if I plot the secant line and I look at the slope of that secant line, that's going to be the average rate of change over the interval from a to b. So again, it's worth repeating. The slope of the secant line is the average rate of change over that interval. So again, in conclusion, the average rate of change over AB is therefore going to be f of b minus f of a all over b minus a. And I think it's important to note that really that's just from the slope formula from our Algebra 1 days. Okay, so just a quick example. Suppose we just have some function I made up, 3x squared minus 4 over 2x. We want to find the average rate of change of that function over the interval from 2 to 6. Okay, so this is what we're going to be figuring out right here. We want to know what f of 6 minus f of 2 over 6 minus 2 is equal to. Alright, so substituting in the values, we have this. Okay, skipping some of the details, you're going to end up with 5/3. Alright, here's one more example, put in the context of a more real-life situation. So you have a car leaving a parking garage, and after a half an hour after leaving that garage, it's 20 miles away from the garage. 2 hours later, so in other words, 2 hours after we measure the distance that it is away after half an hour, the car is 80 miles away. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to model this with a function. Alright, and so what we have is we have distance as a function of time. Okay, so the distance after time t. So we know these two values of the function that we're looking at. We know that d of 0.5 is equal to 20. We know that d of 2.5 is equal to 80. In addition, we need to translate the phrase average speed to mean average rate of change. Okay, we're looking at the average rate of the change in distance over time. So basically, that's a speed in this case. Okay, so in conclusion, the average speed of the vehicle from half an hour to 2.5 hours, we're going to set up the exact same way, and we're going to get 30 miles per hour. Again, we're not saying that the car traveled at a constant speed of 30 miles per hour, but on average, over this interval, that's what their speed was. Alright, so that concludes our discussion of average rate of change.